So go to the. Hi everybody. Sorry we're late. We're just gonna share it
Hello.
on our timeline so everybody can join us.
Yeah, where is the link? What is the link?
On TikTok Toes step downs page.
Wait. Ah!
Don't worry, I will also. I need to know that.
Uh, Here. I'm slow. Wait for that.
Sorry guys, we were a bit late. We had some technical issues here, but now it seems to be working. So let's just
I'm slow.
get
Wait for
people.
that. No.
Estefanía is watching the video at the same time.
How I share that? Compartir now. Here. Here.
Okay.
Now. Did it.
We are.
Hey guys.
Yes, we have
Nicole is
11 here
here.
already. Nice that you guys are joining us this time too. I hope you like the last one we had. Technical issues has been solved this time.
Yeah,
So
I'm like, yeah.
this time we can actually see the dancing, not just like frame. So that's gonna be good, hopefully.
Yeah, it's like homemade, but I think it will work.
Yes.
We'll have fun. Like, yeah.
Yes. So we'll just wait like 2 minutes before we really start, so people can actually find the link and
Yes.
get into the conversation. And as last time, feel free to bombard us with questions. Maybe we know the answer, maybe we don't. What's this one?
If not, we will search it.
Yes, and share the stream if you feel like. We have Katrina, we have Saretta. Yes. Tap tap.
Laura is here. Sonia,
Lovely.
Rosa.
So our plan for today is to
We love our students.
where we stopped the last time
Yeah.
and move on, which means like from the 60s and up to today. And since we're so fresh,
That is why we will start from the 60s. We will not start from the nowadays because we will end up with this thing. Then we will not do like the same structure we did the other day because we don't need it because it's like fresh.
Yeah, so makes more sense.
Yeah.
We're starting 1 minute, so if you want to get a cup of coffee or tea or something, do it now. Before we start.
Studio tea. Kern is here! Sorry.
Yes, we have a third person. Alexis is with us today and helping with the video, so hopefully it will be smooth.
Let's see what happens. If not, we know who to point. Like, it's your fault.
And we will do the. I'm just saying. Sorry. We will do the same as last time to post actually the link of the playlist also. And in the link, the playlist, I put some extra videos for you guys that we didn't want to completely remove, but it's gonna be too long if we put everything in this talk. we cannot sit all night. Yeah.
I think last time we did 2 hours. It's like, okay, we have fun, but let's see what happened today and how long it takes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we start?
Enjoy.
Ready?
Yes.
Yeah. We all
Let's
have
go.
our tea.
Cheers.
Ready to go? Cheers. Let's go.
Oh, nah. It's hot.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Let's start. We said like we start from the 50s, 60s, but to make like a framework to this and put like some limits. So the thing, let's start for the two. I don't like to call it formations, like the two clubs that were built. Okay, they will build like before, but we will put it right now. It's I'm confused. Hoover's Club and the Capacietics. Yeah, most of the people are like kind of like mixing them. Like some of them were in 2 places. Let's make the difference. Like Hoover's Club was like a place to train and to steal steps. I think they started on the 20s. I'm not sure. You can check it. Then the other club is the Capacetics. Capacetics started on 1949, I think, honoring Bill Robinson. That's a really cute thing that I really like to say. Like, the founder of this club was not a tap dancer, was a composer, a pianist player, Billy Strayhorn. That's a cute thing to know. Then, once we have Iselin is gone. Okay, here. If you understand like these two things, like we're happening at the same time, try to not confuse it. But let's show like people that were around this time in different aspects of the art form. But yeah, let's name some of them. Like, make sure that I understand like there's people like working from the 20s, and then also in this in the 50s and 60s, like they're not like growing as mushrooms in this specific area. They've like a long time living inside of this thing. Yeah, I hope it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Our point of this is to show you guys, get some context to you. So the names that we might throw out in classes and stuff like this actually has some sense. So you see these important names, because a lot of what we do in the classes today is from these guys. So now that we're going to show you who they are, hopefully the puzzles fits a bit better together. Right? So there's the first clip we want to show you is kind of how they portrayed in the movies. This is not a real clip, but these people were at the Hoover's Club. It's from a movie called the Cotton Club movie with Gregory Hines and Richard Gere and all these people, a lot of famous people. I tried actually to see if it was online. You can rent it on Amazon, I think. So, but anyways, it's about the Hoover's Club. The dancers, the Hoovers in the clip, are real Hoovers. So even though it's not the real Hoover's Club, it's kind of the same and the same feeling. And the dancers, I'll just let you know. The dancers you're gonna see is Honey Coles, Buster Brown, Ralph Brown, Harold Cromer, Bubba Gaines, George Hillman, Henry Face Roberts, Sandman Sims, Jimmy Slide, Henry Latang, Charles Young, and then there's also, not in this clip, a couple of more. So these are the guys who's playing the Hoovers, the Cotton Club. Okay, so check that movie out if you want. It's some nice footage there. Okay, let me get the frame into the boom. Hold on. And we're going solo here, so you guys can see. Hopefully this is gonna work. Let's play.
Sugar, I want you to marry me. I'm already married. You're the president of the club, like a captain at sea. You can perform the ceremony, and I need you to do it right now, because I can't wait.
Listen, if you take this man for your lawful wedded husband, you're crazier than he is.
Sugar, would you just turn them on? Ain't no women left. What are you doing in there?
Well, we should bend the rules.
Why not no? Why not no women left? Because this is the Hoofers Club. Hoofers. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is what you do. Give me a little music, Dad. All right. Go on. Here it is. Got it. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Theology. All right. I'll take that one. That's mine. Right, that's my stuff. Dance, mama. Mama. Yo, show nothing. Uh-oh. Don't be so mean. To the floor. Get too old to do that stuff. Okay. Hey. I'm coming through. Look out. That's something.
lagging a bit in between, but sometimes that's the internet. I have a crappy internet. I'm really sorry, but it's at least we see a bit better than last time. So you can really see like the flavor of Cotton Club, that it was lots of things going on, not just these tap dances that we're training, but the whole setting is a bit, it's like how you imagine the mafia of the tap dancers would be. Right? That's
I like it.
Same, right?
And now, here they are.
I like it. Then just to make sure, this Hoover's Club was for like a training place for everybody. It was like 24/7 open or something like this. Like people were at nights to train. And the other one, to see the difference, because we don't have a video of this, we have something like this that it's in the book. It's it's a painter. Yeah, it's on the book of Jane Goldberg, and you can see it was more like a social club. Yeah, they organized like some balls and they danced together, but were like kind of really different things. If you search information, you will find a lot. There's full of it.
And it's so much. It's so nice to see, these tap dancers really, they have style. They have this, it's so cool. They're so cool, right? And you just feel like, that's where we come from. Okay, cool.
Yeah, then let's show like some different dancers from this era. And the thing you will see, like every one of them has like a specific voice and a single way to express themselves. And that's the thing that they were searching, like not to copy somebody, maybe stealing some steps, but making their own steps finally. Now let's see some of them. I don't know which is first.
No, first we have a clip of actually the Copacetics. We have a clip of them too, but it's
some
a
of
bit
them.
later. Yeah, we really try to find like the same area as the Hoofers Club, but that's hard to find. It's not so much footage of the Copacetics. So this clip is from 79. Just to show you a bit like the different, because even some of them were at both places. It's a bit different style. It's a bit different concept. So we're going to show you a clip from 1979, which involves Honey Coles, which also were a Hoofer, but also Cookie Cook, Cole Atkins. Both of them we talked about the last time. Peg Leg, Ernest Brownie Brown, Pete Nugent. All of these people were in the Copacetics. And some of them we already show you when we talked about the class acts. So, I mean, this is people who's been in the game for a long time already. Okay. So let's show this Copacetics.
And now, here they are, ladies and gentlemen, the legendary Porqueras. Ready
And this is, coal strolls for those who know. So almost every student at Tickle Toes knows this choreography. Yay!
Clap, 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 clap.
That's nice to get a picture of the coal stroll while looking at the Copacetics. Perfect. Okay. moving on. So now we're gonna start breaking down these people that we're talking about and throwing out names, so you can actually finally understand who these people are. So the first clip we found for you guys is from 1967. It was a performance in France with Jimmy Slide, Buster Brown, Chuck Green, and Baby Lawrence. So that's 4 really important names, and all of them has such a different style. You know, Jimmy Slide was known for sliding all over the floor, and it's so many phrases in our vocabulary that is used today, like "you haven't tried sliding before you fall" and all these kind of things. Um, and Baby Lawrence we talked a lot about the last time, so now you know who he is. Chuck Green was a very special character in tap dance. He was like really, really an amazing hoofer, but he has a sad personal life story. He was in and out of the mental hospital, and I don't remember exactly when it was, but at more towards the end of his career, he didn't actually want to leave this mental hospital that he was in, but some of the hoofers brought him out to do some of his last gigs. He's an amazing dancer, amazing. The rhythms he makes is really cool, and he's funny. He's so funny, but a bit troublesome in person. Okay, so let's show this clip of these 4 great dancers. Woo! And it's solo. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our group consisting of Buster Brown, Frank Gibson, Teacher Fred Kelly, Chuck Green, Jimmy Slide, and yours truly, Ralph.
And then it comes, I will leave the clip in the playlist, and then they all do solos and hoofing around and jamming. So it's a nice clip. And I know, I just want to mention that we're talking a lot about the American tap dance history here. All of these people, or almost all of these people, are American. But this was in France. Stuff were happening in Europe too. It's just not necessarily documented as well as maybe the American history, because all the books about tap dance and stuff like this is mostly about what happened in the States. But there are things that happen in Europe, and there's some dancers in Europe who did a lot for the European tap scene. But we chose to not go into that on this lecture, because that's kind of our own lecture in itself about the European tap history. So maybe that's
you have also
next
like Chinese, Japanese, like there's many places that has story on tap. Then it's because it's like just to put like a first framework for that is because we're like pointing the States. Yeah. Nice.
And you know, of course, it's history here, as we said, that it comes from Africa and Ireland, of all things. That's what tap dance is, so when you start breaking it apart. So there is history here too. Okay, so next clip we have is of Jimmy Slide, Sandman Sims, and Bunny Briggs, and this one is so hilarious. I love how they explain, because they get asked how they got their names, and these guys are funny. That's all I have to say. Let's watch this. Okay, go ahead.
Let's go.
No, that's the wrong clip.
What? What's another one?
I'm missing 2 clips here.
Oh no, what is Sandman?
Hold on. Technical issues. Let me see. Oh.
Jimmy. No.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think I put the clip wrong place. Maybe it shows up later. I will let you know.
It will show up.
Yeah, let's watch this one first. Okay, so we have a couple of clips to introduce you to the hoofers here, and this clip is Chuck Green and Ralph Brown that do the BS chorus, which is why we thought this was nice to show to you guys. Okay, so here comes Chuck Green and Ralph Brown doing the BS chorus, 1972. And some improvisation. And this guy is Ralph Brown, and the guy sitting is Chuck Green. Yay!
Clap.
Sorry. So yeah, Chuck Green is amazing. He's a real character, and what you don't see is that he's really tall. He's big, so that's also, you know, the way that he dances is a bit different than this short jumpy guy. I'm sorry to say short jumpy guy, but like the Nicholas brothers were not tall at all. That's also why they were so acrobatic. It's much easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, like on the trenches in the end there, Ralph Brown is, his trenches are, that's how it's supposed to be done.
Aha. Say that. Okay.
Just no excuse with these guys. Okay, so the next one we have is Jimmy Slide. Jimmy Slide, he's playing with George Benson in this clip. If you don't know who George Benson is, he was a really famous, I'm not sure if he's alive still. He is alive. Okay, so a really famous guitarist. And that's the thing about Jimmy Slide. He played with so many like amazing musicians, and the musicians always keep saying that they learned stuff from Jimmy Slide. The way he phrases, the way he plays with musicality, they say that, every time they play with him, they learn something new. That says something about the musical level of what a tap dancer can be. It's not just dance; it's an instrument. So this clip, really cool, really funky. Let's watch some Jimmy Slide. Here he comes. Hey.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah. And sorry. You see how the musicians are like amazed by what he's doing. And often today you kind of, when you play with the musician, it's the musicians and then you go and try to copy the musicians. But here in this clip it's the other way. He goes and then the musician, he's challenging the musicians instead of the musicians challenging him, which I think is pretty cool. It's so funky, truly 70s, with the clothes and everything. Like, super funky.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice.
And a lot of today's dancers are hugely inspired by Gregory Heights. No, by
Jimmy.
Jimmy Slide. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gregory Heights was inspired by Jimmy Slide. But more people, that's how you slide.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Next one on our list is Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown was really the king of swing. If somebody could swing, it was Eddie Brown. And a lot of the repertoire from tap dance schools around the world today has a lot of Eddie Brown material. So you might have learned different types of choreographies that he made, um, for sure. Let's watch a bit of Eddie Brown and
Let's
check out how
say
he swings.
also we have this information on schools thanks to Heather Carnell.
Mm.
She was one of the students of Eddie Brown and who has like a lot of information. Yeah, just if you are interested in Eddie Brown, you should check Heather's work too.
Heather Connell is from Canada.
Lives in the States.
Yes. We will check her out later in this lecture. Here we go. Eddie Brown. Yes. Okay. So that's Eddie Brown with his cool white suit.
Mhm.
So,
Next,
yes. Bunny,
more dropping names.
Bunny Briggs. Bunny Briggs
I
was
love
there
Bunny. Okay.
since he was a kid. He started when he was I think he was like 3 years old or something.
He started
He
with
has
Charleston.
Hmm?
He started with Charleston.
Charleston,
Yeah.
and he is branded as, or at his time he was branded as the man with the fastest feet alive. You know, his taps were so fast. Whatever he did, it was super fast. Um, and that's why he got his name, Bunny, because bunnies
I
were
think,
fast.
yeah, I think also was like his grandmother calling like this thing, like he moved his name to like the career. But I think it was from before. But it's like
Okay, and the official story that he tells in every interview is that because he had fast feet, that's why his name is Bunny, or nickname is Bunny.
yes.
He was very easy to spot as a kid and stuff like this because he has so these huge, honest eyes, which is really recognizable. But let's watch some. I think the first clip we have. I mean, he was a regular with Duke Ellington's orchestra. He did a lot with them. So we have two clips. We're going to show you one later, and we're going to show you one now. So this one is a bit earlier than the one we're going to show you later.
Ba-da-boom.
Guinea pigs.
Thank you very much for Estimero
This is with Duke
now-
Ellington.
from
Sacker concerts.
Bunny Briggs. You know that Bunny Briggs is the most super leviathanic rhythmaturgically syncopated tapstomaticianismist.
Yes, so this is the clip is David Danced Before the Lord. We're not sure exactly what year it is, but it is somewhere late 60s, I believe. So Ellington's Orchestra Sunday Show.
Yes.
Okay, so now we come over to Peg Leg. Okay. Yeah, actually, right now, I read his story. Right now, I'm a bit. Do you remember what accident was it? The military?
I don't remember.
No, right now I don't remember either. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he lost his leg in the military when he was doing service. I think, but don't quote me on that. Check it out. I don't have a. I could double check it. Google. No, I'm not sure. I'm normally not on Google. That's why it's so great with all these books.
Yeah.
Anyways, he became like an amazing tap dancer with one leg, and he was the first one. There's one today. I'm actually not sure how to say his last name. Evan Ruggiero.
Yeah, I will say Ruggiero too, but
Yes, I think that's how you say it. He lost his leg when he was 17, 18 from bone cancer. And he was a dancer and a tap dancer before he lost his leg, and then after that he continued. And of course, one of his biggest inspiration is Peg Leg Bates, because that's the guy who made it happen. So the guy Evan Ruggiero that danced today, he danced a lot actually with Jason Mraz and all these kind of people. So it's easy to find him. He does a lot of good stuff. Peg Leg Bates was groundbreaking, and you get seriously scared when you watch him do his acrobatics on his peg leg. because that's what it's called, peg leg. That's what it's called, and that's how he got his name. His name is Bates, so peg leg Bates. So we're gonna show you a clip. I will. It's a bit long. I think it's almost 4 minutes or something. But I want to show you the end because that's where he goes crazy. So maybe we started a bit. Oh, it's actually something about peg leg Bates on Wikipedia. Yeah. Of course, that's how it was. No, it wasn't the military. Peg leg. He lost his leg when he was 12 years old. He was working at a cotton factory, and he had an accident. No, he wasn't
Okay.
working. Yeah, no, in a cotton gin accident. I'm actually not sure what cotton gin is.
Let's say cotton.
So something American. Yeah, but he fought in the war. Yeah, that's what I remember, because I remember he went to war even with one leg. You know, amazing. He fought in the First World War. So let's show you how amazing you can be, even with a handicap. That's the thing. Like, oh, it's
No
amazing.
limits.
Doesn't matter. Here we go. Peg leg Bates.
After this pause for station identification.
And this is later in his career, of course.
Now here is dancing star Peg Leg Bates. So let's welcome him back warmly with a really big hand.
And like somebody was no secret. Beginning in 1951, Mr. Bates appeared 19 times.
You can't help but think that that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, like
And he even does some more crazy stuff. I've seen other clips of him too, where he, all this over the top and jump, and boy, yeah. So that's Peg Leg Bates is worth checking out for sure.
Yeah.
So next one on our list is Leon Collins. He was a bit different because he danced a lot to classical music. Today, dancers like Barbara Duffy had a major influence from him.
Diane Walker is the one who has a lot of his material too. We'll talk about Diane later. Sorry.
So, but he just stood out because he danced a lot to classical music. That's why he stood out. And you can imagine tap dance that is it has grown up with jazz and swing. And
the thing is, like, he did swing and jazz before, but we know him not for this. Like, there's the other part of his work. and some of that happened in Europe. I think the video is from Vienna.
I'm not sure
I
actually.
think so. I think so.
Yeah. But
I think so.
yeah. So I mean, all these guys, they had to do something more than just being a great tap dancers, because during this time there were so many great tap dancers. So how could you stand out? You have to find your trade or your brand. You need to brand yourself in some way.
Your
That's
style.
how a lot of these different concepts came to be. Like Jim Slide, he's sliding. His name is Jim Slide, or that's not his real name, but still. So all of them has like a trait that is theirs. So this is Leon Collins, and today also Max Pollock knows a lot of his material too, I believe, right? Am I mistaken now, Stephanie?
I think it's like Cornell. It's
Cornell mostly,
Max.
maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I will point to Diane.
Yeah.
For that.
Okay, let's watch Leon Collins here. Yeah, so if you really watch him and really think about what he's doing, it's really nice to see how he emphasizes the way he tap dances according to the music, even if it's classical music. If the music is dramatic, his tap dancing is really dramatic. If it's playful and light, he's doing playful and light steps. So he really adapts his tap dancing to however the music is feeling, and that's why he was so good at what he was doing. This was, for those who wonder, the song is Flight of the Bumblebee, which has been used in so many things, like Donald Duck or something like this too, I think, used it. Yeah. Who came first? That's the question, Courtney. Was it Eddie Brown, or was it Leon Collins who had the white suit first? I'm wondering about that too.
That's the thing.
Maybe they were fighting about the image. Who to wear the cool white suit.
I prefer the Bonnie Briggs suit with the squares.
Yes, he always wear like really. Bunny Briggs always wore also different kind of like either a lot of colors or velvet or these kind of things. So they all had their own style.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yes. Now comes Sandman Sims. We touched him a bit the last session too, because he was there since he was a kid, like really young kid, and he never had a teacher, but he was the main teacher of so many of the later dancers. So he was a great teacher himself, even though he didn't have a teacher. He used to watch Bill Robinson, Bojangles, do all his shows and stuff. And his first, he had like three types of dancing that recognized Sandman Sims. He did a lot of Bojangles things, and he actually had a pair of shoes that were inherited from Bojangles. And those kind of shoes, they are made of wood. They don't have taps, so it's a very different sound. So all of the things that he did with the Bojangles shoes is like on the toes that we talked about the last time. And then he was a regular hoofer, if you can say that, normal tap dancing, hoofing around. But he was told at an early age, he moved because he wasn't from New York. He moved to New York, and on stage he was, you had to show yourself in like variety shows to be something in New York. And he went on, he did like 9 or 10 shows as a hoofer, as a tap dancer, and they booed him off stage. They thought it was so bad, so they booed him, because there you either get applause or you get booed and then you're off stage. And he came back, he tap danced, they booed him off stage 10 times. And then next time, after those 10 times, he did a sand dance. And a sand dance has a own history of itself. It has a separate history, but also influenced tap dance a lot. Like we saw the clip from London in the 30s where they did sand dance. So sand dance already had a structure and a form. And then when he did the sand dance, people were amazed. And if you see an interview of how he explained he got his name, the way he says it is always hilarious. Oh my god! So you gotta check that out. I put clips in the playlist of how he says it. But the story is that after this performance, somebody come up to stage, congratulate you. You did very well, and we like what you're doing. But what is this thing that you're doing? What are you dancing on? And he's like a really cool character, and he's like, that's Sandman. And after that, they call him Sandman because he's like, that's Sandman. So that's the story about him. And the people who comes from him that we're going to talk about later, he was the teacher of Sammy Davis Jr. from when Sammy was 7 years old. He was the teacher of Gregory Hines from when Gregory was like 3 years old. And he was also the teacher of Savian Glover when Savian was a teenager, I think he was. So he influenced a lot how the scene became. Okay, so this is Sandman Sims doing a sand dance, because that's the important part.
Now I wear the fan out.
So I remember now how he actually learned the sand dance, because he grew up in the desert, and he learned a type of sand dance from the Indians. It's a original dance of the Indians. So that's where it come from. And in New York, nobody had seen this at that time. So when he brought that to New York, they were like, "Whoa, what is this?"
Interesting.
Yeah,
didn't know that.
So I put an interview. He explains all these things. I put it in the playlist so you guys can watch him how he explains, because he's funny. It's very funny, much more funny than me.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Next.
Oh no! Now comes the clip I was talking about earlier.
Oh no!
All these masters. Okay, so if you guys remember,
It's here?
I was going to show you a clip of Jimmy Slide, Sandman, and Bunny. And this is actually the clip where the interviewer asked them all, how did you get your name? Because that's not the real name, right? So I suggest after now, you've seen all of them solo. Let's just watch this so you can see what I was talking about. Okay, so here it comes.
You.
Let's see. So, solo. Here we go. And they're already old here.
Wait.
Oh, commercial. Sorry. Sorry, no commercial on YouTube. Okay.
But that's the other one. No.
Sorry. Go
Back.
Now, let me do something here real quick. The nicknames, where did they come from? Where did Bunny come from?
Well, I'm fast.
Just like that. And Jimmy Slide?
I'm slim. And I slide.
Is that what it is, really? You slide across? And Sandman, where does
That's
Sandman?
sand, man. I danced on the sand, and they said, "What is he dancing on?" They said, "That's sand, man."
Is that true?
That's true. It's Apollo Theater.
What, you came out and started dancing?
I was on the Apollo Theater 10 weeks in a row, and they booed me off trying to tap dance. I said, "I'm going to get mad and go back and do my sand dance." I went back and put sand down, and they said, they come up to the stage and says, asked the MC, says, "What is he dancing on?" They said, "That's sand, man."
Real quick, is it true what I read that you got arrested one time for dancing?
Yes, for dancing in the street at night in Los Angeles. They said, "What are you doing out there loitering at night? This is a big Vegas law." So I says, "I'm dancing." He said, "What kind of dance you doing?" I said, "I'll show you." And I pushed the chairs back and did a couple of steps. He says, "Case dismissed."
That was and then you came to New York and made your fortune. We're going to watch a challenge here. What's the history of the challenge? How did it get started real quick?
Trying to beat the next fellow.
Just everybody come on, try to
But you're going to join us, though, aren't you? I got something for you. We brought you something, man.
Let me hold it back.
Yeah, hold it. We brought you something.
I do my part.
We got to ship it.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do one over here and I'll practice a little bit. Look. While you guys
We're not going to have any of that.
Okay, all right.
Promise. You're next.
All right.
All right.
I love to, but I don't. I only got time to say thank you.
So, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's Henry Latang on the piano. I think. He was a great pianist, but also a great tap dancer.
Mm.
So, and he did a lot of these kind of gigs with them. I think it's Henry Latang, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yeah, like we have like from this era, we have a lot of names. We'll just like mention them, but if you're like interested in this specific time, you can search, and you will find like many of them. Like we wrote down also Paul Draper, Lon Chaney, Leroy. What else? Baba Gaines, Cookie Cook. Wow.
Honey Colt. I put a clip in the playlist of Cookie Cook, Honey Colts, and Bubba Gaines. So that's on the playlist. We're not going to show it. If not, we would go on all night.
Yeah, like
there's
then let's like do a transition. Like from this era, they had the Apollo Theater and all this things going on. Suddenly, they call it like this depression on top. Like Tab suddenly came out of the work. People tried to get like
a lot to do with what happened all over the world after Second World War. Just so you guys know, there was not just tap in many art fields, in many things got shut down. You had to change the way you were living, like we have to now.
Looks familiar. Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't have technology, but they had to change. You couldn't, or the budget wasn't there anymore to do a full orchestra and then tap show and running shows all night on the Apollo Theater. There was no money for that anymore. People could barely pay for their food. So what to do, right?
There's like many theories on what happened specifically to tap. We'll not go there. Like if you want to search this many theories, just search it. Some of them they're pointing like rock and roll came up. Some of them like some musicals that did like different things. I'll not get into this thing. Just say like tap suddenly was not in the same specific form that they knew, and they switch it. They move to different things. One thing
happened with Lindy Hop too. Lindy Hop and tap dance has been like this. They both have shim sham. They both come from the same stuff, and both had the same problem. When after the 50s, the depression came, and the scene completely changed.
Yeah, one that is like I really like to mention is like Coley Atkins, then moved to the Motown, and he was the choreographer for the singers. Like how they switch, that's like really nice to know. But yeah, like also we say like this era, like tap was out. That was not true. Like people was trying to do the stuff, but in different places, like different places like went before. A thing that was like really cute for me is like tap happenings. Like while the theaters were closed on Monday, they opened this basement. I think it was in a church, and they kept dancing there. I think there's no footage on YouTube. I'm just mentioning this thing because I like it. I saw a video on New York on the library, for example. There's some pictures, you can find it. There's information about them, but no video. Sorry.
And there's what you mentioned now. There's a lot in New York Library that is not out there. So if you ever go to New York, you should.
I had a picture here in this same book. Where's the picture? That I really like. I should like put like a paper or something to do this thing, but I didn't. Sorry. That.
Hey. Oh yeah.
Tap happenings. Yeah, it was like a small place, but they kept dancing. Like it's not true. Like tap disappear. It was there, but different shape.
Somebody started a rumor about tap is dead. And after that, everybody had to say something about it. Like, look, tap is not dead. I don't know who that person was. Who said such a stupid thing? You know, negative rumors travel to 10 people, positive rumors travel to 1 or 2. That's what happened. People started saying tap is dead. It was absolutely dead. It just changed form, or it changed arena. It wasn't with the big orchestras anymore, or in the huge Hollywood movies.
Like now, we're dancing at home. Woo!
In our stuff, so it's a new type of tap. We don't have tap shoes anymore.
Stop that.
We'll be
Okay.
back soon, for sure. Okay, so
Please.
the first person we want to talk to after defining this area is Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. is known as the greatest entertainer to have ever lived. I agree. If you have the chance, there's a lot of biographies, but his daughter wrote a biography about him. He was a trouble man. He died very poorly, or in a huge depth, but his story and his love for the art is unbelievable. And you can really see he died of throat cancer. And you can see like some of his latest performances. He did a performance, I think that's also in France, where you can see he is sick, clearly. He sings, he plays, he tap dances, and he's an amazing actor. He used to imitate people, and it makes you cry. He's so funny. He's so good. So we have chosen to show you actually several clips of him because he's such a important person that kept tap alive since somebody said that it was dead. He was always there, always doing something, and he's from before, like from the early 30s up until his death. So the first clip I'm going to show you, he's very young. He started out as a kid dancing with his dad and his uncle. Here he's already like, I think he's just underneath 20. He's a teenager here. It's Will Maston Trio. So it's Sammy Davis Sr., Sammy Davis Jr., and his uncle was Will Maston. Maston, I'm not sure how to say that word. So that's a clip from early career. Let's watch that first so you can see like talent from early age. Okay, here we go. I think it's the next one.
Right now, we all
commercial.
need to stay
Yay! Party!
Don't go to the shops.
Oh,
Here we
no.
go. Yeah. Okay, he died in
Think about the
1990.
little things on difficulty all the time. Oink, oink, a boogie boogie boogie, oink, oink, a biggie biggie big, oink, 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 a boogie boogie biggie biggie, oink, oink. Little roll, going boy, that's no roll. Steve step only under the double. Let's show you double boy, they want you very much.
Okay, and you can see in this clip later, he's like kind of breakdancing, doing acrobatics, all these things. He was so great. He was one of the teacher of Michael Jackson. You can imagine, you know.
After Misha too.
After Misha too, yes. After Misha Sunbury Edwards, if somebody wondered.
Later.
Okay, so because a lot of people only knew Sammy Davis as an entertainer, a lot of people are still not aware that he was such a great tap dancer, unless they actually saw him perform, because he always performed with tap dance. They did a tribute concert to him, and it's funny because this tribute concert, the guys who's making a tribute to him is some of the best tap dancers in the world, and that says a lot of how much the tap community respected what he did. It's not Sammy Davis who's dancing, but we want to show you this because it kind of implements how important he was. So here we go. Okay, next one.
Man, we're so happy.
The Nicholas brothers.
Yeah, you know, we brought along some friends. We have the Sandman Sims, Chuck Green, Jimmy Slides. Go ahead, Chuck, do something for family that people like.
Chuck Green. I think maybe this is where he got picked up from the mental hospital, I think, to do this tribute.
Wow.
Go ahead and slide for Sandy a little bit. Jimmy Slides. No. Sandman. You're acting over there, man. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so you can, it's twice as long as this, so you can watch the whole clip. But these guys were giving tribute to Sammy Davis Jr. So, I mean, he influenced, not just tap dance, he influenced the music industry. He influenced, like, he used to go from hanging out and dancing and playing at the Apollo, and he went when Apollo closed in the night, because Apollo Theater, they closed earlier. He went over to the Palladium, and he used to hang with all the Latin jazz musicians and playing congas, playing drums, dancing. So he also actually influenced, for instance, mambo and these kind of things. So he touched everybody. That's why he's important also for tap dancers.
Yep.
And one of the people he mentored was Gregory Hines. Gregory Hines, even though he's not here because he died of cancer, he influenced today's tap dance on a very high level. He was an educator. He was a movie star. And he had his own show. He what to say about Gregory Hines? It's Gregory Hines.
I think like it was like artist in like capital letters. Like he did everything. He was like on musicals. He was on a band too. I
Yes.
think. Like
could
he did
sing.
many things, but he said always like tap was the main thing.
Mm.
He felt tap dancer.
Mm.
then it's why, like, also he was a guy, like, he was building community. Always when you were like close to him, he will open the stage for you. And that's the thing, like, really important thing he did, like open this thing like we know as a community right now. That, yeah, for sure you need to watch the movie Tap. You should watch Cotton Club, White Nights. Like, there's a lot of things. We have videos. We choose videos from Gregory.
We have several. It's gonna come later, but the first one we want to show you is just the transition, and we have a clip with Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis dancing together.
Then
and then we have later clips too, of course.
Yeah, Gregory is like, it's so easy to find information. If you want to go like deep on these things after reading the books and things, there's people that still has like a lot of information that been in touch really close to him, and then you can talk to them. It's like Michela Marino,
Yes.
Andrew Nemmer, Sabian for sure.
And if you go to
we'll
any,
go later.
Yeah, if you go to any Tap Talks or this or something like this in the States, he's always going to be brought up of something he said, something he did, and he really made tap dance respected and visible.
Yeah.
So let's show a clip.
Sorry.
Okay, let's put the next one. Commercial again. Woo! We love YouTube.
Connect to your devices.
Sorry, guys.
Seconds after you press purchase, you'll be streaming your game directly from the internet to your screen.
Oh, okay, nice.
That's long.
It is commercials. Okay, here we go. And that's Sammy Davis, of course. Put on your shoes.
Go! Aww.
So cute. Nice and light. A little faster. Now stop time. Stop time.
So, yeah. Then let's what? Let's move
Yeah, no, I
to.
need to tell what the next one is.
Then let's move to the next era.
Yes.
That means like after this depression, like we will not say nothing else about this. They came a bunch of like women involved on modern dance that wanted to like sneak peek again, like in tap, like, oh, there's still people alive who knows how to tap dance, and they try to go like searching for them, and let's where they like just going. Sorry, my English is gone right now. It's like limited edition English is going like on the. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we call it like tap renaissance. It's like seems like 70s and 80s. This bunch of women that try to take back.
Sorry, I just saw. I have one more clip now of Gregory Hines.
Now?
Yes. Should we show that before we move over to the Renaissance?
Which one it is? Maybe we can like later or now. Which is? I forgot it.
The White House, where he does for the president. Yeah, that's a good one.
Later?
Just to show you more of how Gregory Hines is. Yeah.
But
okay.
It's like a later video. Okay, let's put it later. Then we did this frame for this era. This women that trying to catch this old masters. Let's talk like let's do like a kind of a list of these women. Not chronologically. It's just there. We said like Brenda Bufalino, Jane Goldberg, Lynn Daly, like a bunch of them. Let's do the same thing. Let's go like one by one and show some videos and talk a little bit about them. First one
we have Brenda Bufalino with her tap dance orchestra, or in tap dance orchestra. In American Tap Dance Orchestra, it was Tony Vaughn, Brenda Bufalino, Barbara Duffy, so many of the people who's like the main people today, who to go to, who to get information, who to take classes.
Brenda learned from Honey Coles a lot. She did many things on tap, and finally she built a company. Then we will see like it's not the end of the career. She's alive. She's 82 something.
She was 82 and she was in Stockholm last time. So
then
84? No,
80s.
Yeah. And she has been to Stockholm. Is it twice she has been now? Twice or once? Having lecture Stockholm Tap Festival, having lectures, classes. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's advanced, if it's beginners, whatever you do, if you have the opportunity, no matter what level you are, you should go and take her class, even if it's a beginner. The way she teaches, the way everything is just, that's where you learn, you know? We still go, if we have the chance, we still go to take classes with them, even if it's a beginner class. It doesn't matter. So don't let this kind of level determine who to take classes from. When I had the opportunity, I took a advanced beginner with Brenda. I took advanced beginner with that was low intermediate with Diane Walker. It's worth it. Trust me, you will learn something no matter how good you are. Okay, so
then let's go to Brenda and this thing like she did, like she created one of the first companies in tap. I think it was in the 80s. Yeah, and the names like Iselin told, like Tony Wack and Brenda and Barbara, Margaret, a bunch of them.
Yes.
Let's see. You will see like a difference from the things like we've been watching.
Next. Oh shit! No, sorry.
That's not Brenda. Looks different. Okay.
Why did that come there?
What is Brenda?
Yeah, what happened?
That's by Word Food. No, that's Gregory.
Yeah, where did my Brenda clip go? I see it here.
Just up and down. No, it's gone.
But it shouldn't be gone because I see it on my list. Hold on. Okay.
No.
Estefanía, talk. I will figure this out.
Hey, let's go. Sorry, no. Wait. Then, yeah. What about to select? I think Brenda is like, if you have questions, like, you must go to her. Like, she will answer. But yeah, this thing, like, all these women like build companies when like we have the masters like came before. All of the women, all these women go to them to search the information and try to build like a set that will work on the 80s. And on the 80s, like these kind of companies were like they had work for that, then build the companies and they have the work. Yeah.
Okay, so I found it.
Okay.
It's ready.
I was thinking maybe Jane Goldberg first, but it's okay. Let's go for Brenda first.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it was the clip with Gregory Hines. He does a whole solo first, and then the orchestra comes on. So yeah, that's
okay.
what happened. I didn't note it in my notes. Here we go. Here it is, and that's Brenda Buffalino dancing with Gregory in the front there.
Brenda Buffalino and the American Tap Dance Orchestra.
Hey, Barbara.
Yeah, the tall guy there, that's Tony Vag.
That's really different. Like suddenly we see composition. Like we have choreography in the class acts. Like it's not new. Like choreography is there, but the thing is like it's working on compositions on like a visual images that you put on a theater. Yeah, that's the thing that they brought. I don't get the question. With who?
Yeah.
Ah.
I think like female tap dancers who made it famous. The problem is that if you go to the streets today or in the 80s or wherever we were and asked name tap dancers, they say Fred Astaire or they say maybe Gregory Hines today. Some people say, but then they were like, yeah, but who did Fred Astaire dance with? Oh yeah, Ginger Rogers. Oh yeah, Eleanor Powell. So I mean, people today or have through history tend to forgotten the female leads, but they've always been there, and there's not one single person who made women in tap famous per se. You had so many back in the days. Jenny Legon, that we talked about the last time, was really famous. Shirley Temple, everybody knew who was. And back in the days, if you were a leading lady on film, you had to tap dance. Like this sitcom with Lucille Ball, she actually tap danced. She had to. You had to take acting classes, tap dance classes, and then some other type of dance classes. So everybody could tap dance. But of course, it's a generation, different people in different generations. So after this depression, it might have been a bit harder to pick out the leading ladies. But what kind of separates it, that after the depression, the ladies often formed companies. They were leading in the company world. Men were more soloists, and the ladies had companies. But one single person, I'm not sure if there is such a thing.
No, also like it's like a political issue. This thing, like women and men on tap. I think right now it's over, that thing. But yeah, maybe back in the
now,
days,
ladies are kicking ass.
but yeah, like they will always been there, but maybe the names we didn't get them. But
and I know it seems like when we talk about this, it's a lot of men because they did something for the history that changed things. But trust me, there are not just men. Like the chorus line, unfortunately, it was often like back in the days, the man was a soloist, and then you had like the chorus line of all the ladies. But everybody could tap, and there were really leading ladies of the chorus lines too. So,
but it's curious to see like all the people in this tap renaissance were women. That's interesting.
Yes.
Jane Goldberg. Jane Goldberg. She's still alive too. She's a journalist. She was the I don't know if I want to say first because I'm not sure, but one of the first meetings on tap she created. It's by World Food, and she was responsible to get all these masters back. She went like trying to checking on the newspaper and some places to get all these people back. Like she wrote the names, like somebody said to her, I know like these dancers. She wrote it down, and she was like searching for them, and she found them, and she created this festival, and she created many. She was producer, dancer, soloist, blah 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 blah, like many things. The book, like I told you before, that one, it's amazing. Just get it. Yeah. Then, in difference of Brenda or Lynn Daly or other like Heather that build companies, she built a Soul Sisters Club. That means like a place like to put like some acts on tap, but was not a regular shape of a show. It was always different. I don't know which videos we took from her.
It's from this
by World Food.
Yes, it's a long video. We leave it all, but we're just gonna watch 2 minutes of it.
Yeah, it's 40 minutes. It's a DVD of the by World Food, that festival. I think she ran it 3 times, 80, 82, or 85, I think.
The quality we're sorry.
The
quality is bad, so we're really sorry about that.
But if you get the book, I'm like, she's not saying that to me. Like I say because I like this book. You have the DVD at the end. I don't know what I showed, but
better quality.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch it.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm Jane Goldberg. I don't know. On behalf of the Changing Times Tap Dancing Company, I'd like to welcome you to By Word of Foot, a week-long exploration and celebration of tap dancing. We intend to prove this week that contrary to widespread opinion, tap dancing is not just a novelty. It is not old-fashioned or nostalgic. Tap dancing is not dead. In fact, we at Changing Times think that it is the liveliest of the lively arts.
Hey.
Sorry.
So, in closing, I'd like to say that, contrary to what you said, Jane, tap dancing is dead. It's dead right for everybody. You believe it? So, in closing, I say the winner and still champ, John W. Bubbles. Every dancer that you possibly know of has been influenced by this gentleman here.
God bless you, and thanks for being such a fan of mine in years gone by, and come here today to present me with this certain plaque. And I'm grateful more than words can express. And I don't know how to say to all the folks that are here how good I feel about having such amount of people being interested in this idea. I didn't know that. When I took up dancing to distribute the idea, I thought of everybody. I didn't think of one person, everybody. Right. Easy, easy, man. Easy, man. Easy, easy.
You all made me go in the trunk and get these things out. I look like Minnie Mouse, don't I? I feel like Minnie Mouse. You put these shoes on my feet and yeah, you know.
I'm glad.
I don't even know if it's gonna work. But I mean, if the shoes go, then I'll go with them.
All right. And on and on and on. It's like 40 minutes video.
Yes. Let's move on. I have Lynn Daly on the list, but I see we've already been talking
Lynn
about
Daly built a company with 2 more dancers. She started Just Step Ensemble. I don't remember the name. Like Strickle was the other one, and Camden, but I don't remember the last names. I'm so bad, sorry. But you can check it out.
Oh, it's a really short clip, so we can show this. It's just 55 seconds. So let's watch Lynn Daly with a... Well, I can't speak now. Lynn Daly with the Jazz Step Ensemble.
Welcome.
Smash all the letters together. So, here it comes.
It's coming.
It's coming, sorry. Sorry. I forgot to turn off Snapchat. Just weird.
Is Sam Weber in the back? I think so.
Yes. You know what? Let's move straight over to Sam Weber. This is Sam Weber, and he was in her company. Yeah, so Sam Weber, he was in that company and is also very prominent today as a teacher. You can see very clearly that he had a classical ballet background. That's what he actually wanted to be in the beginning. So he didn't start tap dancing straight away. But he has this very special technique about, or he's the master of relaxed technique. If you go to a class, everybody says this. Every time you go to a class, you feel like you never shuffled before. You feel so stupid. Oh my God. And it's the same every time unless you train with him on a regular basis, because it's a completely different technique than most people do. But that's why you can do like a shuffle wing with the 7 sounds or stuff like this, you know. So some people are really good at it, and some people hate it because it's so hard.
Wait. Norwegian, I don't understand it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's start throwing a lot of names here, because on the 80s a lot of things came up. Then it's not chronologically again. We'll just put the names. You can search them, and we will talk about them too. But there's also another companies. I don't know if we're showing them, like Linda, like Rhapsody in Taps. There's another company.
No, we're not showing them. So
Heather Cornell with My Head on Tap. We have My Head on Tap.
But you're skipping something now. Sarah Petroni.
Oh, Sarah Petronio.
Yeah. Tell us, Stefania.
Sarah Petronio, she had a specific path on tap, but the thing is another woman of this era, and the thing she's living in Europe. Then it's because I'm just pointing this name. She did also festivals in, I don't know if call it festival, on Chicago, Chicago in tap. I don't remember the name.
Events,
but she did
call it.
She did a lot of things. We know her also because she worked a lot with Jimmy's Live, and
she has a sister that also tap dance. Lila
sister.
Lila Petronio.
It's her kid. It's
her daughter.
I'm bad. I'm sorry, her daughter.
Yo, wait, what? That's new. She didn't have company. She's of the same eras because kind of different for me, at least. She was not living on States full time. She moved to Paris, and the thing she worked a lot with musicians and with Jimmy. But yeah, we have video of Sarah also.
Yes, with Jimmy Slide.
Yeah, put it.
Here it comes.
Let's go.
She dances the same way still, and this is 50 years ago.
Oh my God. Put the camera up a little bit.
Hold on, I'll fix it. Sorry. Yay!
Yeah. then you can see like it was like not only one option. Like if you don't have company, you're not there. Like there was like many options. And Sarah had like this wave. We said like Jane Goldberg has this Soul Sisters Club too. Manhattan Tap, we have it.
Yes, we have Manhattan Tap.
Then
and
Heather
we're open
Cornell.
to Cornell that we talked about.
Oh yeah, we talk like a lot of these women has a lot of information and material from these guys. Some of them keep the material, like Heather has Eddie Brown's material for sure. And for example, Sarah Petronio don't have the material of Jimmy's life. It's like not teaching Sarah. They were just working together, or the thing that I understood. And then why I'm saying that? Oh, Heather.
In Heather's company, Manhattan Tap, you have a lot of dancers that are there today, and Heather too. Heather is like one of the top ones today. You can also see Max Pollock in a blue silky shirt, and
Mar
these
Mendoza
people.
was there too. Mar Mendoza was there too. Guillem, I think Guillem, you're here. He came to the video. I don't know if he's here. Maybe he left. I think he got abandoned. Okay. I think he's been in the company too.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people.
Many people have been
go
through all these companies. Yeah, like you saw Joseph Wiggin on the last company. So people has had their period in companies before they became what they are today, for instance. Okay, so here we go with the Manhattan Tap. It's Max. And you see Heather in the front there. Som Linda up. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then you see a little bit how it like went to one thing to the other thing. Yeah, for sure there's a lot of information, like more than we are saying, but just like a frame. What else we have in this era?
Yeah, no, next on our list is actually, now we're switching a bit. We're done with the Renaissance-ish and we go over to Black and Blue. Okay, so Black and Blue was...
found the full video.
Yes, we found it. I'm not sure if it's there or how long it's gonna stay. It was actually posted by a really famous flamenco actor. He's in the film Flamenco and stuff like this. So very interesting.
Yeah.
Cortez is his name. He posted it for some reason. So me and Estefanía was like, oh my God, the whole video is here. So Black and Blue, it was choreographed by Frankie Manning, Collie Atkins, Ferrard Nicholas, and Henry Latang. They won a Tony Award. And these names, you for sure recognize them. Frankie Manning was like the most prominent Lindy Hopper ever. Not tap dance, Lindy Hopper. Okay, he had prodigies like Chas Young and these people that people maybe know today, especially like in Norway, because they have been a big part of the Norwegian tap dance history. And then you hear Collie Atkins and Ferrard Nicholas, that you know who they are after this lesson. you do. And then Henry Letin, which is a pianist but also a tap dancer. So it's a very interesting show choreographed by these people. And then in the show, you have the most amazing tap dancers. In the show was, for instance, Ted Levy, that is a tap dancer and a teacher today. You have Savian, and young Savian Glover. He's just a teenage here. I think he's like 13 or something. You have Bonnie Briggs. You have Jimmy Slide. You have Lon Chaney. And the curator of the show was Lady D, Diane Walker. So all these really amazing people put together this show. No wonder they won a Tony Award.
It was like honoring Black culture. Like
yes.
It's not a show only on tap. It was like Black culture show. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's everything in it, like music and everything. Okay. So let's watch. I have a clip. We chose to show the Bonnie Briggs because this clip of Bonnie Briggs in number one, you will always remember his suit. And you do. I can't help it. You know that. So I bet a lot of you know which clip I'm talking about already. So let's watch Bonnie Briggs here, okay? But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I love the hands.
Yeah.
Fingers.
He's a true artist. Let's watch him. Next. Boom. Yeah, so it's truly watch the whole thing. I think it's 6 minutes, but it's just he feels it so much in a sentimental mood. Okay, so we're getting closer to the end. I know we reach our 2 hour.
Oh wow! No.
Again, I thought this one would be shorter. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, but I hope you're entertained anyways. So we're moving over to Savian Glover, which is in this show. Savian Glover was surrounded by all these masters since early age, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's the new guy who can, continue our legacy." So everybody was teaching him. Everybody took him under his wings and just, gave him all this information. He had a brother too. His brother was not so interested in exactly that style, so They learn from different people, but his brother is also an amazing tap dancer. They do show together. I know there's some people that's listening that went to see when he came to London. Is it 1 or 2 years ago? I don't remember. He had a show. So we're gonna show because he put a lot of people under his wings again too. So we have a clip of him in the White House where he performed with some people that you might recognize. We have Jason Samuel Smith. We have Ayudel Cassell, Omar Edwards, and Ibram Glover, his brother, is there. And he called his company, he called them Not Your Ordinary Tappers. Sorry, forgot this. So let's watch the clip from the White House.
Nowhere is.
Hold on, sorry. Okay, that was Bush. If somebody's wondering.
Wait, what?
No, Clinton. I'm sorry. So let's just forward a bit because he does a solo in the beginning, and then he talks a bit, and
like watch the full video on the playlist.
Yeah, but for sure.
For sure.
Let's go.
Do it.
From the right, you have Jason Samuel Smith. Next to him is Saban Glover with a white cloth in his head. Then it's Ayudel Cassell. And I'm not sure which one is which one of the last two there. I think it's Omar Edwards with a hat, and then his brother at the end.
Yeah, be careful with Nero in the video.
It's a bit choppy, so you can watch the whole clip later. But it's
yeah, the video is Miro. Like you were like saying the names and like like the other way. But you will see it. Like if you watch it, you will see it. Don't worry.
Moving on, we have a clip then that had Jason Samuel Smith and a lot of more people that won also for first time in a while a Tony Award, which is basically a pure tap show, bringing the noise, bringing the funk. So we picked a clip from 1996. Sabian is in it. Jason Samuel Smith is in it. Who else is in this? Many tap dancers of today is in it. I don't remember right now all of them.
That's the thing. Like with bringing the noise, like there was a show based on funk music. Suddenly, like just to put it on the table, like not jazz. Well, but like pointing like in a different direction. Just saying that.
So let's watch 2 minutes of that. Oh, and the dog is here.
Hey, yeah, he wants to join. Go.
Okay, so bring in the funk. Here we go.
Senator Al D'Amato announced he is investigating Kathy Lee Gifford for allegedly hiring the cast of The King and I to make culottes.
Let's forward a bit.
Hey, cut, Kevin. You dropped the stitch. No more pot time
forward a bit. Here we go. That's Jason. Savior. Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So also, I think you had like break dancers and stuff like that in the show too, if I remember.
Then Sabian was not the only one growing in this time, in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, thanks to the because they opened this this renaissance, suddenly they had like meetings and shows and things. They had a lot of festivals. Let's mention them.
There's
like Colorado Tap Festival, like Portland Tap Festival, St. Louis Tap Festival. Then many kids had the opportunity to join also this things. Like we're talking about Sabian because he has a specific path, and you can check it on the movies too. That's the thing. But yeah, like then once we open this thing, we're like, boom, nowadays. Like because all the people that was growing in this era right now, they're like the professional people that is leading the tap scene.
So it's very easy to find these people today. You can ask us, or you can just Google, and tons of names of the people that are really the shit today will come up. Okay, so we're not gonna go through everything, but we're leaving many names out right now. But you have, for instance, in Europe, you have Josh Hilberman. He's big. Guillem in Barcelona. Guillem Alonso. Tamango. Roxanne.
Josh is from the States. Josh is from the States and moved. But yeah.
And Michaela Marina Lerman, she was the student of Gregory Hines. Andrew Nemer, he's in Canada, I think, right? Sarah Reich in Los Angeles. Chloe Arnold and her whole company in Los Angeles. Termisha Sunbury Edwards, she's in New York, I think. Nico Rubio in Chicago.
Yeah.
And so many names we can mention, like really. And what's great?
The thing is, like, they learn also from them. They were kids, and they have like a great background. Then, if you want to still reach some information, you need to reach to them. Yeah.
All of these people are really nice. If you reach out to them, even if they don't know who you are, and you say, I'm a tap dancer from here and there, they will answer you. They're like, oh, welcome to the community. That's how these people are. They really want to share things. Most of them. Estefanía is looking at me with skeptical.
Oh, most of them. Hey!
Like, yes! Great things. If you want to meet these people and talk to them in real life, Stockholm Tap Festival is doing something really amazing. And you also have Tap On in Barcelona. You have a lot of festivals.
Tap On is not running anymore, but
there's a lot of European tap festival who brings these people and opens the scene and can get all this information to all the great tap dancers that we have in Europe. But right now, the biggest one that sorry to say, for sure, is Stockholm Tap Festival. And they managed to do something amazing with this festival. And they bring...
Yeah, it's like, it's a big gathering. You have the opportunity to be in touch and being like in contact with these people. Maybe it's not enough time to reach to all of them. There's like maybe 10 teachers, and then like only 4 days. It's like no.
If you've never been to a tap festival and you want to go, be a bit more selective. Don't think that you want to do everything, because then it just goes in here and it comes out there. Be a bit selective, and okay, I do tops 2-3 classes a day, and don't try to take everything in, because it's going to be too much.
Then all these people that learn in those festivals and keep growing in these schools, also we have the Kennedy schools in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they created so many of the great tap dancers today.
The North Carolina also is building like a lot of tap dancers. Okay, sorry. But all these people also did companies and different projects. Like, we can mention them. You can search for them. I don't know if we put them on the list, on the playlist. Not sure, but we can figure it out and put some of them.
Yes.
We wrote some names on the projects and companies that they did. Like, for example, Imagine Tap. Search it. What else? Like Tapestry, the full-time company that is still running.
Yeah, it's the only full-time company in tap dance Okay, meaning that the dancers get paid for rehearsals and that's their job. Or I mean, they might have other jobs too, but compared to what you mean a professional company, they're the only one who's actually doing a full-time company.
Which else? Syncopated Ladies, another company. Andrew has the cat paying dues. He's like not working anymore, but was a thing too. Torrance Dance is the one, I think maybe the biggest in the States right now after Tapestry.
Yeah, but they're working on contracts, so they go on tours and make new projects and things like this. And we talked about her the last time. And then you have like big festivals in the States that are today is Los Angeles Tap Festival. You have an organization in New York, ATDF, American Tap Dance Foundation. They do classes, they gather people, they do talks. I think it's still led by Tony Vag, isn't it? He's still like top dog who's running it. You have Big Apple Festival. You have DC Festival that just did an online tap festival, which is amazing. So it's a lot of things going out today. So wherever you go traveling, check out what's happening, because for sure where you're going, something is happening.
It's not
on your vacation.
Right now, it's not only the States right now. You go to Canada, South America, all parts of Europe, China, Japan, Australia, whatever, India, whatever. You will find something.
Everywhere. So wherever you want to go traveling and have a vacation, just check it out. If it's a tap show, or if it maybe 1 or 2 classes you can take, it will brighten your vacation on a different level. Even if it's not your main purpose, there's something there and you will enjoy it. Trust me. So we have the last clip of today, which is Michaela. We chose Michaela from Stockholm Tap Festival. It's a longer clip. We're not going to show the whole thing, but you know, she's one of the leading ladies. She's in this band. What's it called again? Matthew and I keep mixing up the name of the band she's in. Matthew and the Shakes? No, something like this. But she's like one of the leading ladies in tap dance today. She's a musician with her taps. Okay, so this is Micaela Marina Larma. Yes. Okay. So I will leave you with that, so you can watch the whole clip in full resolution. It's from Stockholm. I think it's 4 years ago. Estefanía, were you there? Yeah, you were there, right?
I think
year?
so.
No,
I think like I spent
I
5
remember
years
this.
for sure.
Yeah, I remember this performance so well. Like, she's lovely in this, and she's a lovely person too. To put in that.
Then yeah, you saw like from the other day we did like a small way to put like different names on this big path that is tap dance. For sure, like we said, like some places to reach information. Just do that. There's like just like a tiny different names. Like there's a bunch of them. I think that's it. Like I hope you enjoyed this. Like because like I don't know. Like
I hope it's somehow, even though I know a lot of you was there, like in Saretta was there, and I know that a lot of you knows these names, but I hope you got something out of it, because we just here, we want to talk about it, we want to share for those who knows or those who doesn't know. So we really appreciate that everybody was with us, and with us for like 2.5 hours every time. Oh my God. And don't hesitate to contact us if you're wondering about something. We will do our best or get you in touch with those who knows these things. We will try to make like a list of books, as we said. I will post the YouTube playlist with some extra clips. Anything else? Any questions? Or you're all
no
good?
questions?
I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for joining us. It's been lovely.
What is the next lecture? I mean, we can chat, like Iselin and me, we can chat for long.
As you can see, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be like 1 hour and a half.
What should the next lecture be about?
Like somebody said something from Europe, but we can be like kind of lost there too. Like it's like all the things right now, they're kind of new. Then there's things that maybe we don't know.
Yeah.
Or know like, oh, I know this, but I don't know where it's coming from. But
you know, if we
we can try.
we step on somebody's toes because we forgot somebody. You guys are really challenging us. I think we have to do some research before that, so we make sure that everybody's in. But
I mean,
yeah, that might be an option.
Could be an interesting thing.
Yes.
Like, and right now there's like many things going on here. Maybe too much. I don't know too much, but yeah.
Yes.
Let's think of this.
Yes, for sure. But we'll be back. Now we have the time to kind of do not overseas, because we're not overseas, but over borders. I'm in London, but normally in Oslo it's a bit confusing, and Estefanía is in Barcelona, so we're truly overseas. So yeah, but yeah, for sure. Let's figure out something. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you suddenly remember a question, just write it in the film and we will try and answer you guys as it go. Have a lovely night. Take care. Stay safe. Anything else?
No, they're fine. We love you guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank
really.
you. Yes. See you.
See you.